I'm not sure how good that's going to show up. It's dark. GoPros don't do that good at night, and even my big camera, I don't really have a good low light lens for it. But yeah, we're starting to get some of the effects from the hurricane coming ashore. I'm not anywhere near it, so I mean, we're probably getting 15-20 mile an hour winds. But anyhow, sure, I'm glad I got the new roof on the house, but the trees are moving around a good bit. I'm kind of worried about that one there in the backyard, so we'll wait and see and take a tour first thing. All right, good morning. I have not seen any damage out here yet. I've not walked out here, so wow. So I've not been out here yet to investigate. I was make sure that tree did not fall in my garage, and yeah, thankfully it's still standing there. So now the key thing is I got to get a tree company. I got to get this thing down before it does fall. Take out the garage. Oh, I got a tree branch hanging off the roof here. Well, I bet you this thing here probably fell off. You can see how big this thing is. That probably bounced off the roof of the garage as well. Definitely got a mess back here, got to clean up. So I know it's mega dark in here, but I just had another person from Z28's channel come over. Said, heard you have some nice cars. So yeah, man, here's the collection. The GTO, the SS, the Pro Charged 50. Yeah, look at that. It's kind of tight. You can't see the intercooler hanging there, but let me show you. Oh, look at that. Yeah. I've actually reached out to Gavin a couple times, said, hey, let's run Pro Charged Camaro versus Pro Charged Camaro, even though he's got a cam and some other things. And now he's got that clutch actuator. And then we have the Turbo Cruise, little baby turbo. And then everyone knows Project Z28. If you haven't, there's a whole lot of videos on that. All right, so the garage looks like it's in pretty good shape. I don't see any dents in the roof. That's a good thing. So how about a roll call, man? How many people here came from Z28? Let's hear from you. See how many people are still around. I mean, I know his channel's doing phenomenal, and he does so much more car stuff, and I can understand people wouldn't stick around because I cannot even begin to afford half the stuff that he does. But he got lucky, man. His channel did really well. Got that call out from 717. So, but man, I remember I was watching his channel when he bought the Camaro. Loved the intro he did for that thing. It was freaking great work. And then you know, he got the Mustang, and I remember him doing axles right there in his driveway. Not even driveway, in his apartment complex. So watched him for quite a while, and his channel's done great. Really glad for him. Wish mine would, but you know, I understand. I don't do 100% car stuff. Can't really afford it. Maybe when I was younger and had my '69 Camaro, I could have focused all my energy into cars, but I didn't. I joined the Army, and the rest is history. Now we're married and have a house. I'm just checking out for any damage up here, so everything looks good. So yeah. All right, there we have it. We survived Hurricane Zeta. So maybe you guys can see it a little bit better. There's the roof, the new roof. My old one used to look like that, flat, and it was brown. Now it's like a gray. All right, well, hey, everyone from Z28, thank you very much for coming in. I wish I could put out the content that he's got. I can't, but I do appreciate you guys sticking around for the car stuff that I can do. So I need to go check on the torque converter or something. We need to get Z28 running. All right, there's the roof in the daylight. Now I know everybody tunes in more see my lovely wife. And she does. And you guys do to look at me.
Dog is peeing.
Okay, we needed to know that. Anyhow, okay, fun fact today. Everybody seen Bruce Willis in all those movies where he never dies? Die Hard? Do you guys know that in Russian, Die Hard doesn't translate to anything? Doesn't mean anything. It's kind of like kick the can. Doesn't mean anything to them. So they had to change the name of the movie for Russians. What's the Russian name?
Tough Nut. The Tough Nut.
The Tough Nut.
Yeah.
It's the Tough Nut?
The Tough Nut, 1 and 2.
The Tough Nut. So there you go. That's your fun facts for today. In Russia, oh wow, they lost a bunch of shingles. Yeah, so there you go. Fun fact. In Russia, they had to change the name because Die Hard doesn't mean anything. And you guys remember Sears used to have that as a battery? Well, guess what? Advance Auto bought the name Die Hard for the batteries. Now they brought back the batteries, and they made a little ad with Bruce Willis crashing through the front window of the store looking for a battery. So there's your Die Hard trivia stuff for the day. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. I'll tell you what. Those are some beautiful signs, and they're not even very expensive. And you can save 10% off with my link down below. Alright, so me and the wife are going to go if she ever unlocks the door, we're going to go out and get some I don't know, some type of pumpkin squash or something like that for Thanksgiving. And I figure on the drive there, we're going to go over my new section, Dirty, Nasty, Rude Comments. Alright, I want to thank Josh for the beautiful hat. Hair's getting kind of long, and haven't been able to get my hair cut, so it's always nice to have a hat to cover this mess. So anyhow, my first comment's going to come from Instagram. You guys remember when I bought Project Z28, there was a rip in the seat, and I had to find some fabric. So I found the fabric, and then somebody sent me a question on Instagram asking, did I get it from, I think it's SMS Fabric? So I'm like, yeah. Well, then they come back with a nasty comment about, oh, it's not faded, you know, it doesn't mismatch because it's, because your fabric faded. That's just the way. There's all this stuff on the forums. Like, dude, I really don't even want to hear that. It's just kind of like nonsense. The car is a 91, so that makes it, what, 90, 2000, 2010. It's 30 years old. You're telling me the fabric hasn't faded at all? You seem to forget, I've owned one of these cars when they were brand new, and I remember very distinctly there was some blue in there. Plus, if you pick up the headrest where it's been sitting on the seat, you can see the color, and it's matched there. So kind of crazy to think a car's gonna sit out. And I didn't even remember, I tinted the car, so the car's been like 30 years with no tint until I did it. So this comes from like my second to last video where I revealed my wife had been tested positive for COVID. This brain surgeon here says, why don't she have a mask on and you too? Well, gee, quite simply, we were in our very own motorhome. Why would we wear a mask? We were self-contained in a vehicle that we own that's not open to the public. Right?
Yeah, that was stupid.
I mean, seriously, like, why are you not wearing a mask? We're not in public. We're in our RV. Oh. Okay, let's see. From the same video, it said baloney virus, 99.97% recovery. So I guess maybe we should go tell that to the couple of 100,000s of people that have died from this. Dude, that's just wrong. That whole comment's wrong. And it was quickly deleted. 99.97. That means like everybody survives it pretty much. Alrighty. Again, this one comes from Jenny Springs. Beautiful scenery, you mean peeping at women in bathing suits. Again, everything I filmed was in public. If you didn't want to be seen in a bathing suit, then don't be in public wearing a bathing suit. Everything was in public, and I clearly had a camera out in front of me videotaping stuff. It's not like I stuck a GoPro in the showers and caught anybody showering. It was just like the saying, going to the beach. People are in public wearing this stuff. Alright, Jenny Springs again. You go to a camping ground on summer school vacation, which we didn't, and expect it to be quiet. You know a place I can go camping on a busy holiday such as Labor Day or Memorial Day or school vacation that's not packed. Please let me know. The place is crowded on holidays and unfortunately people don't respect. Anyway, great video. Weird, it says great video after all that, right? Thanks for the tips showing the park, but if I go there, it'll be on a weekday. I guess if you would have looked at the comments and you would have watched the video more carefully, you would have realized we were there on a weekday. We were there on a Wednesday and a Thursday. So we were there, and it was not a holiday weekend. It was not a holiday week. We actually went after 4th of July because we weren't going to go during the 4th of July weekend. And if you want to know a good place, go down to the Keys, because if you would have watched my channel, if you would have looked at any of my other videos, you would have seen that we went to the Keys shortly thereafter, and it was pretty empty. I got a video of me walking down the street, and it's fairly empty. So yeah, if you want to go to the Keys or check out any of my other camping videos, and you can see plenty of places that were fair. That Swanee River campground was very quiet. So yeah, it's not a problem. Let's see here. Alright, Jenny Springs again. You want to sleep, don't go to Jenny. Everyone knows that. Love, I can drive my side-by-side, off-road things. I think I actually mentioned this one on the last one. Yeah, I think I mentioned this one before. Well, good for you. Your side-by-sides very specifically says in the rules, side-by-sides and off-road things are prohibited. Again, the point of my thing is that the campground does not enforce their own rules. So, this one here, and I think I missed one because I sent it to the wife here. Alright, so this is actually from the Florida Keys video. If you guys missed it, go ahead and check it out. But basically, all I stated was fact, that the county there mandated masks be worn, inside or out, no matter what they wanted. I didn't have a problem. I never complained about it. We abided by the law. We wore the masks. I don't understand what the problem was with this. I did take the mask off when I was talking, and I just mentioned, I said, hey, you know, the laws are you got to wear a mask right now, but you can't hear me, so I'm going to take it off. And then the only other time we took it off was when I stopped and got that delicious cookie. So here, this loser, he says, I can't see this thing because it was a text message and it was a screenshot, which I don't have anymore. F your video. Let me take these off. I cannot see because it's so dim. F you not having a good video from wearing a mask. I don't have a good video from wearing. I don't even understand that. Get the F out of my Keys. Okay, so his Keys. I guess he owns it. And it sounds like he lives there. So this is key. Just remember this. This is his Keys, right? Then here's the death threat. Get the F out of my Keys before you disappear into the mangroves. Come on, bring it, brother. Bring it. His next comment, he made 4 of them. So understand, too, when you get a comment, for those of you that don't have a channel, there's a little flag, and it says report abuse. So he got reported 4 times for abuse. It automatically blocks you from the channel, and then you get reported to YouTube. So his next comment is F you. I'm obviously leaving a few letters out. Masks only work when you actually wear them. Okay, we wore the mask. I don't get it. I was actually planning a trip down there to the Keys. He was planning a trip to the Keys.
So it's not his Keys.
I thought he lived there. It's his Keys.
Oh my.
But he was planning a trip. So that's good. Then I remember there's a bunch of jackholes like you. Okay. Going to all the tourist places with your mask around your chin. F you. Okay, then again, like I said, if you even look at when
people are campaigning right now. They take the masks off because you can't hear nothing. You can't hear. I only took the mask off when I talked and we were on a public sidewalk and I wasn't around anybody. So I don't get what your problem is, friggin' moron. And then his last comment, Mallory Square is empty as I've ever seen it. Maybe because it's a effing pandemic, you effing Einstein. Go figure. Wow. Yeah, no shit. That's why the title of my video was The Florida Keys During COVID-19. To show you what it's like during the pandemic. Wow. Go figure. You're an Einstein. Pointing out something I had already... The whole topic of the video was the keys during COVID-19. I gotta see, there was one other winner here, and I'm not sure if it's still gonna show up. Oh, here's somebody else made a comment on the Florida Keys video. Wear a mask. We did wear a mask. Again, like I said, I take the mask off when I'm talking to the camera because you wouldn't be able, here's actually a mask. So if I put this on, is it a little bit easier to hear? So talking like this thing, or if I just go ahead and take this thing off? So should I have like filmed with this thing on like this? If you watch the whole video when we walked through what's his name's house, Hemingway's, we had masks on. So I don't understand what the problem is. Like I said, the only time I took the mask off when we were in public walking on the sidewalk and there was nobody around me. So that's what we did. Whoa. Wear a mask. Wow. Alright, I found it. This is from Jenny Springs. Well, this video's hot, huh? This is a party place. Suck it up. It's not rude. You should have just got the F up and left. I'm gonna tell you a party place because it is dipshit. Screw you. Call me dipshit to my face, ass. Get you. You don't have the balls to say that shit, would you? It's a party place and I'm gonna tell you that. Really? Freaking loser. You know why we didn't get up and leave? Because they wouldn't freaking refund the goddamn money. And it was what, about $100 a night?
$60.
$60 plus other fees and all that. So we paid, I think, about $180 for 2 nights.
120.
No, I think it was more than that.
No,
wasn't it?
120. We paid extra for the tubing and for the other activities. What's going on here? Look at this. Why we have traffic going on opposing sides of the road? We're on the left side of the road and they're on the right side. I don't know. I guess we ended up in England somehow. But yeah, they want to refund the money. Trust me, we wouldn't complain. They don't give a shit. They take your money. If you don't like it, leave. So, no, we paid the money. And I said the entire trip wasn't a waste. I mean, we did go canoeing one day. We went inner tubing, or no. Yeah, inner tubing. Tubing the second day. So, I mean, while we were doing that, it wasn't bad. It was just trying to actually get some freaking sleep. I mean, I think anybody with any common sense, it's a campground. This isn't Cancun, Mexico, or something like that. It's not a spring break place. It was not Daytona Beach. This isn't God, what's the big motorcycle event out there? It's not Panama City.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of that big motorcycle event. Sturgis, North Dakota. It's not Sturgis. If I was trying to camp during bike week or whatever at Sturgis, I could see you guys call me an idiot for thinking it should be quiet, because you know there's going to be a bunch of loud motorcycles ripping all night long. This was a campground on a spring, so you would expect it to be quiet. It's a campground. So yeah, I have every right to complain, but then again, like I said, who says complaining? I made a video of my opinion of the place so people can be informed. And if you read the comments of that video, I do have a lot of people thanking me for the information that they were going to go there, but they really don't want to have to deal with people blasting music, because a lot of people like us, we go camping because we want the tranquility, we want the peace, we want the nature. So there you have it. That's this edition of Stupid, Dumb, Mean Comments. Gotta have it. Tell you what, too, look at that dope neon. Oh, doesn't that look friggin' awesome, man? You can have one too. Link down below, saves you 10%. The great thing is they already have
pre-made designs, so that way, you know, you can put like, you know, my garage, Dave's garage, you know, whoever you are, you can do that, or you know, whatever you have, if you have a pool room, whatever, or you know, you can send them your own picture, man. I really love these things. Run 24 hours a day, and I have 2 of them. I keep L to the W out here in the garage, and then I have my Instagram channel, Vetruski Travels, in the bedroom. So yeah, man, I do truly love these signs, man. They're freaking great, and you can save 10%. But anyhow, man, sorry guys, I think it's getting a little bit too dark for this camera to focus, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up quickly here. Might have to go to manual focus. Yeah, let's manually focus this thing. It's do like a little Casey Neistat action there, huh? Yeah, let's focus. See, now I'm not moving. There we go. Alright, I think that'll work. Yeah, so here's Project Z28. Freaking looking absolutely gorgeous. Alright, so I got some news. I'm going to end up getting a torque converter for the car because we really need to get this thing running right. So I'm going to reach out to a company that I looked at earlier, and I'm just going to give them the specs of the car, the rear end ratio, what the transmission is, how much it weighs, kind of what I've done to the engine, and then have them recommend a torque converter because I really need this to work right. And I got an offer from one of the viewers here, KY Chevy. He said he will come down here. He will come here and install it in the car for me. So look forward to that, man. I appreciate the offer, dude. And I'm glad to have you over, man. We can set the car up right here, and we'll go ahead and get this torque converter and get this car running right. There we go. So that's what it looks like we're going to be doing. So I've had a few people mention about it. So the car's actually running pretty good. I've driven it to 2 car show or 1 car show. I've driven it around quite a bit. It's doing pretty good. It's idling. It's running. There's 2 main issues that's really going on. Is the cam being so lopey, the AC puts so much drag on it when it's idling and it's in gear, and it's trying to turn that torque converter, which doesn't stall at all. I mean, it's almost locked. Between that and the AC, it's just not running very good. So it's that's fighting it. And then when I put the car in reverse, it really struggles with reverse because there's no stall in reverse. So it's really kind of showing that my major problem is the torque converter. Plus, you know, with the high stall torque converter, I take this thing to the track, it's going to work perfect. It's going to allow the engine to come up to the RPM that the cam makes power and take off. So when you do something like this, all the parts have to mesh and work together. And I really screwed up not looking at the specs of the cam close enough and realizing that it wasn't going to work with the stock torque converter. Because when I had this engine totally apart, no heads, no intake, anything, the bolts for the bell housing of the transmission were right there, man. It would have been too easy. No exhaust on the car. It would have been so easy to slide the transmission back, but I didn't think I was going to have this much of a problem. So mistake that I made, and now, like I said, thank you, KY Chevy. You're going to come down here. We're going to get this car running. We're going to get a torque converter in here, man. So it's fantastic, man. I love the support of my viewers and that, man. It's absolutely fantastic. So I think with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'm definitely going to the funeral this weekend of my old boss, so I don't know when I'll have another video out. So I'm going to be kind of busy doing that. The viewing's on Sunday, the funeral's on Monday, and it's a little bit away from the house. So I do want to do that. I met his wife before, and I had a lot of respect for this guy, especially being a military veteran. So I want to go there and show my support that way. So, but I will get the torque converter ordered. I do need to bring GTO around. We do need to work on it. And I think the next video out, we're just going to take some cars out. We're going to drive. We're going to get some sight, sounds, feelings. So hopefully that sounds good to you guys, because I need to get these cars out and running around. So we're going to take the 50 out, the SS, the GTO, maybe in Project Z28. We'll do maybe a trifecta, a quadfecta of cars, something like that. We need to get them out running, get them into the channel, because I know you all want to see and hear them. So look forward to that. Thank you everyone for your support. Thank you for the kind words on the last video, me losing my dog. Really sucks, man. You had this animal for like 14 years. It's a family member, you know. She's always been there. You know, used to always having a dog there, and now it's just this emptiness. So I'm sure, you know, lots of people have pets, understand. So thank you for the support. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Links down below. If you need some discounts or you want to know gear I use Amazon. Appreciate it. Doesn't add anything to your cost, but it helps put some money into the channel. Because like I said, I got to buy a torque converter, and I still have an exhaust to finish up on this. If you order one of these dope neons, I get a little commission for directing you that way. So any little bit you can help. You can buy t-shirts, merchandise for the channel as well on my Teespring store. So I said I got money I got to put into this thing. So thank you, everyone. You know, like I said, we just put a roof on this damn house, and that was some major money. So thank you for the support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.